Canada? Awesome. Awesome. Maui Punch. Love it. I'm about to pop open a kiwi melon up. Love it. Do you hear that? I love that sound every time. Awesome. So, Florida Red Line. Lynn's drinking her red line today. Awesome. Awesome. So, you guys, if you weren't here yesterday, if you were not in Boston yesterday, Saturday, actually, the weekend went by so fast. I've lost my voice just a little bit. Good morning, Amber Horn. Love it. So I'm going to do my best here to kind of share what we had. The Playbook event was amazing. So first of all, I'm Lori Hart. I do live in Boston. For those that don't know me, I've been sharing ketones now for almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in January. And I can't believe how fast the time's gone. I was saying to Nick today, I feel like I'm just getting started. Does anybody feel that with me? Even if you've been here 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 8 years, do you feel like we are just getting started? Yes. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I wish I could see everybody's hands. Anyway, so the weekend's event, if you've never been to an event or never been to a Playbook. So when I first got started, I'm a mom of 2 girls. They're older now. I'm also a Nana. I know I don't look like a Nana, but I am a Nana of an 8-month-old little boy. And so I need lots of energy to keep myself going, right? But if you've never been to an event, when I first got started with Prove It, it was almost 3 years ago, like I said. So it was after COVID, but just before people started to really get out and do things. And for me, we were going to lots of little events. We were going to little huddle ups and masterminds and things like that. And they make all the difference because you're meeting so many people. You're building that belief in yourself, in your business, right? Of who you're becoming. And so events to me are the most important thing that we can do in this type of business and network marketing in this industry. Because when you start to step into other people's stories, other people's greatness, maybe you're hearing something for the 5th, 6th time in a different way from somebody different. It's just, that's where the magic happens. I had a promoter tell me this weekend, oh my gosh, it just clicked for me. Do you all feel that when you go to events? Oh my gosh, I heard Christina say this and I heard it differently and it's clicking for me. It's amazing, right? So events are just, it's where it's at. If you've never been to one, we have the biggest, the best one coming up in just about a month from now. I encourage you to do everything you can do to get your booty in the seats, because that's where magic is going to happen, right? So I get it. You might have an event, like I've missed things because of Prove It events. And I'm not telling you to miss super important things, but if you can work it out, do what you can do to get there. So this weekend was absolutely amazing. It was magnificent. I've never hosted before. I got to host the event with Christina Martinez Williams, and it was so fun to do it together. We both were brand new at doing this. So we were able to be up there all day, and I absolutely loved. My biggest takeaway was watching the promoters, the brand new promoters, just watching their eyes and just watching them light up when things clicked. I loved hearing at the end from people, like I wouldn't have been able to do these things if it wasn't around this community with these people, right? Think about what we do when we're at events. I saw a promoter that of mine going around after the event collecting phone numbers. And she said to me, I don't usually do this, but I'm here with all of you and I feel so supported, right? I watched new promoters take out their phone for the very first time, where all my notes are, and I'm speaking into right now, so I can't access. But I saw new promoters for the first time take out their phone and message people. Why? Because they felt the support of the community, right? We all try to build this business. It's scary. And sometimes picking up our phone is scary. But you guys, the people in your phone, those contacts, those are the people that you already know. Those are the people that already love you, right? Those are the people that already trust you. So let's start to build our businesses in our phones before we go to all the amazing things we learn at Playbook. We learn how to build online. We learn how to build offline. We hear how you can do booths and tables and keto drive-bys. But really, if you pick up that phone, how many people in that phone have you not messaged yet? I'm sure we can all raise our hands and say tons. Thank you, Carrie. All of my notes are on the other phone, by the way, so give me a hand. I'm going to teach you something. I'm going to teach you something we did in Boston this weekend. So not only did we play full out, right? Not only were we mindful, but we all learned the Fenway Park wave. So I'm going to teach it to y'all right here, right now. If you don't know what it is, Danny Webb, yes, she learned the wave. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're driving though, so I'm going to ask you not to do it in the car. Keep yourself buckled up. But here we go. So we all love our Prove It tornado. Whoa, prove it. But this is the new wave we learned. So we started from one end of the room to the other, and we all just got in energy, in full energy, and we just went, whoa, it was so fun. We started and we saw these waves, right? What does the wave mean? It's the ripple. It's the ripple. It's the ripple that we're creating together, right? It was contagious. Yes, it started from one end of the room and went all the way across, and it was super contagious. And that's what we have here, you guys. We have a product that people need. They need it, right? We have a community that people need. I had someone reach out to me the other day and she said, oh my gosh, I just need to be part of that community. I need to be part of it. I'm in my 50s and I don't have any friends. Can you imagine? And we're open, we're here for people. We have the product, the technology, the community, the CEO with the vision that is bigger than ever, right? Getting into, and Brian keeps talking about distractions. When you find time to sit your seat in the booty, your booty in the seat, the distractions can kind of go away. So I'm encouraging you to do what you can to get to Epic. It's super important. We want you there. We need your energy there. We need to have you there. All right? Thanks, Amber. I'm on fire, although I lost my voice. All right, so I'm excited, though, to stop talking for a minute and hear from some of the amazing people that were at their first event ever, and just some of their takeaways. So let's see. I want to see who I can even see out there. We'll be there in Mexico. Fired up. We are fired up. Okay, awesome. All right, let's see. I see my friend Sherry Traina. She's from Boston, Mass. Hello, Sherry. Can you come off mute? And just share what your favorite takeaway was from the weekend. And then also what I want to hear is what action step are you going to put forward since you've been home for 24 hours?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sherry Traina. I am just about an hour west of Lori from Boston. So it was exciting to have this event in our area. And basically, I am my educator friends out there. I've been in the education world going on 35 years. So this is later in my life. I'm coming across this. But this is actually my second event. My first one in August was Dallas, and I think I was speaking to Lori or Nick saying that I just left there so overwhelmed. I didn't know where to go. So I've been sharing and drinking ketones for about 5 months, and honestly, kind of that slow start because I was feeling overwhelmed. I felt that with this Playbook book, that it was so personalized for me because it was so small and so action. There was so much action to do. We just didn't sit there and talk all day. You know, we had to participate and do things that it really helped me get out of my comfort zone. And any of you that saw me Saturday night, I did get out of my comfort zone, maybe a little bit too much on that. I was the one collecting numbers at an establishment after hours. But that led me to some great connections and saying, I can do this. I might need to be pushed, and Lori knows that, and she does pushes me in a good way, which I appreciate it. And as an educator, and I'm an administrator, so I do a lot of training and expect my staff to take action. And what I learned is I need to practice what I preach. I was not taking, because I'm an overlearner. I want to learn everything before I go and take action, that I need to now take action like I'm asking my staff to take action. And if you're in the world of education, we are set up by timelines and we have to meet those timelines. So I need to set my own, I'm going to set my own timelines and probably be pushed to meet those timelines. And that's going to be a non-negotiable for me now and it's okay if I don't get that accomplished, but at least I tried. So I learned that I need to be pushed a little bit because I am an overlearner, overthinking, which is okay. But what the other thing I took out out of this. And I was thinking about this as I was driving home yesterday, totally exhausted, but exhausted in an amazing, awesome way. And if you're in the world of education, you leave at night and you're so exhausted and frustrated sometimes. I left with a positivity, and that exhaustion was so positive. I was thinking, that is the first time I went out and spent an evening where it wasn't all venting and complaining. And you go out with your colleagues and you feel even more exhausted afterwards because everybody's just venting and complaining. Everybody was so happy and positive, and we might have been talking about the business, but we were also, kind of talking about ourselves and our families. And it was just so uplifting for me. And as Lori said, I collected some numbers, and I want to say, Lori, that beautiful girl is a sportswear model, and we connected. So I'm going to go with that.
Awesome. I love that, Sherry. I love that so much. And that is so true, you guys. Have you ever been somewhere where brand new provers are meeting for the first time? There's not a hesitation. There's not a pause. It's just arms wrapping around, hugging each other's necks like you've known each other forever. And I don't imagine that happens very much in the corporate world. Yeah, no. So that's awesome, Sherry. I'm so glad that you came. And yes, I love watching you come out of your comfort zone, collect numbers, and that girl was beautiful. So you better keep connected with her. Awesome. Who else do I see? Okay, I see my friend Christine Melanson. Can you come off of mute, please? I want you to share your favorite takeaway and what action steps you're going to put into place. Do you remember? If you need a minute. Okay. Oh, yeah, you did it. Woo!
Technology isn't my thing, sorry.
Woo! All right.
All right, so what I liked most about
Christine,
the event.
say who you are and where you're coming
I'm
in.
sorry, Lori. Yes, I'm Christine. Okay. I've been friends with Lori for about 20 years, and I'm from Boston as well. Saturday was my first event, and what I liked most out of it was the enthusiasm and the people there sharing their stories, no matter how personal and difficult they were to share. And it really, made a very lasting impression on me for people to be that open about their lives and what they've been through. And some of my takeaways were the encouragement and seeing how passionate this community is about what they're sharing and how they're helping people in their journey and how to get where they want to be. And it really opened my eyes and brought me out of my comfort zone. And it's very difficult for me to do that. And realizing that it's time for me to do stuff for me instead of doing stuff for everybody else.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. And that is something that I love. And so what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? Like, what is your take forward? How are you going to
okay, so right now I've already committed to doing at least 2 to 3 shakeups, either in my house or somebody else's house. And I have one tonight. I have one Thursday night, and which hopefully you'll be coming to. And I'm already lining some up for next week. We have an event coming up for a craft fair that we're going to in December. And it lit a fire under my ass on Saturday, and I'm just ready to be a rhino and charge full ahead.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Thank you for sharing, Christine. I know how difficult that is for you. I've known Christine, like she said, 20 years. She just joined me in business. She's been watching me for I've been in Prove It almost 3 years. She said to me, I have never seen you so passionate about something. I just have to do it. I have to do it with you. And so it's true. So anyways, here she is about a month later, and I have never seen Christine get into action like this. So as she's joining me, for me, it's just amazing to see the fire in her. And, we all have that. We're all contagious in our own way. It's just, we have to share it with people. And yes, I want to give everybody just a thank you and a round of applause. Whether you were in Boston or not, you do share the most vulnerable piece of you all the time with people that you don't know. And that is so needed in this world. And even like Sherry said, we don't complain. We just come together and we're happy, genuinely happy people. So I love that. Thank you, Christine. Yes, and I'll be at your house Thursday. Don't you worry. I got to get over to the plug. I'm almost going to run out of power here. Okay, I would love to bring another friend on. Lori Gowans, are you here?
I am here, Lori Hart.
Awesome. Can you share with everybody where you're from, how long you've been
Sure.
drinking ketones, and just your favorite takeaway and what piece of action you're going to apply?
Absolutely. I'm Lori Gowans. I am from Maryland. I have been drinking ketones for about a year. I guess it was last November. And I've been a promoter since around March. So Boston was amazing. It was my first time to an event. I was taken away by the positivity and just the community in general. I thought it was just, you know, when you come from somewhere and you're talking ketones sometimes to people, a lot of times you get a little bit of a negativity because they don't get them. And when you enter a room with a bunch of people in them that get them and know the benefits, it's electric. So that was one of my main things. And you also mentioned vulnerability. And there was one point where Abby told a story about a lady who was in a roller coaster at an amusement park, and she was large and everybody was looking at her, and how demoralizing that would have been. And I teared up during that moment because that woman was me. You know, I was 285 pounds on a log ride. And so I know what it's like. So my main thing is, my takeaway is that I'm going to be much more vulnerable and just, tell my story, let people know, because there are women out there, and not just women, just people like me who need this in their lives. And it's a lifesaver.
Yeah.
My other main takeaway, my other thing is, my other call to action was, I was not going to go to Dallas. I was not going to go to Epic, but now I will be at Epic. I wouldn't miss it. So there you go.
Awesome. Oh, thank you. I know I'm going to cry now. You guys, it's true.
Scared.
Lori, thank you so much for being vulnerable and sharing that, because you don't talk a lot about who you were and who you're becoming, right? People need to get on that journey with us.
I don't like to see those pictures when I do that before and after online, and I look at who I was, like, it's painful. So being that vulnerable is very difficult for me, but thank you.
Thank you so much. And I just want to say one thing, Lori, thank you so much for being vulnerable. But if you still are at the before version of you and you're cruising into better, please share that with the people now. They want to hear your story now, not after you have achieved 150, 160, 250 pound loss. They need you now, right? So that's part of being vulnerable and being uncomfortable. If you're not where you are the most comfortable, it's okay. Just keep sharing with other people. Encourage them to join you, because you know where you're going. Share the vision, right? People want to see the vision of where you're going, and they want to know you're confident and certain to take them there. So thank you so much. And I'm so excited you're coming to Epic. Epic is just epic. That's all I can say. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Yes, goosebumps, Maddie McCoy, goosebumps. I feel it.
I wanted to say one more thing, that everybody in Boston was wicked smart. I forgot that part. Wicked smart. It was great.
Smart. All right, let's get a little bit of energy going, you guys. Remember the wave I just taught you? Everybody, I want to see. Woo! Thank you so much. Yes, look at them. Look at you all. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah, Charity. You win a prize. All right. So I love you, girl. I have one more friend I want to bring up to just share a little bit about her experience in Boston. Audrey, are you here?
I am.
Awesome. All right, sweet girl, fire away.
Because they hear somebody on Zoom. Hold on, let me get them. Okay, it's all right. It's just the camera. Okay, so hi everybody. I'm Audrey. I'm from New Hampshire. I have 2 Newfoundlands and 2 Chihuahuas, so you might hear them. They love to get excited and say hi. And Boston was so much fun for me. The community is the best part, I think. And they're so distracted. I'm so sorry, you guys. They're starting to play now, and I'm like squirrel. Give me 1 second. See, leave it. Okay.
Let me help you refocus. So what was your
Thank
favorite
you.
takeaway?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No
So
problem.
my favorite takeaway was hearing everybody's stories. Every time I'm at an event, I always hear something new, and something relatable. And sometimes I'm hearing the same stories that I've heard from the same people, but I take something different away each time. And getting in person and being around everybody really helps reset that focus and that energy, personally with my journey, but also business wise as well. So I think that's one of my most favorite things about the events. And I love the playbooks and the masterminds because they're a little more personal. Epics, like super fun, and there's so many people and there's so much energy, and I love it. And some of the other bigger events as well. But the playbooks and the masterminds, I love the smaller aspect to that. That's one of my favorite things.
Awesome. How long have you been drinking ketones now, Audrey?
About 2 years.
Years. Super
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
And so what are you going to put into action now that you're home? What is one thing that you want to put into action that you learned?
Definitely more conversations. I had known that I hadn't been having enough conversations, but I had a really big awareness in Boston about how many conversations I was having as to how many conversations I need to have, because there's so many people that don't know about the product, and there's so many people that could really utilize not just the product, but hearing everybody's stories and having the sense of community, because I needed the community more than I thought I did. So
Yes, yes. And did you hear what Audrey said? She said the word conversations, right? Not organizing her desk and watching more training videos, and not conversations. That is how you move your business forward. So I think that's amazing. Thank you for sharing.
thank
Audrey.
you.
I'm excited to see you at Epic. I cannot wait.
Me too. I'm super excited. I'm planning my dress and everything.
Woo, awesome. Who has the address for Epic? Raise your hand. I want to say. Yes, awesome. You guys, will you show us, please? I gotta buy something. I want to see what I'm up against. No. Awesome. So Chris Webb has his dress. Woohoo! Kate's got hers yesterday. Awesome. All right, so I think I'm going to kick this over quickly to my friend Nick Martinez. He's got a few things he wants to share. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lori, for hosting. Guys, this was Lori's first ever hosting of a Huddle call. Give her some love. Good job. Way to bring it. This weekend was amazing. You got to hear just a slice, just a little tidbit of how it was. So I'm excited to see as many of you as humanly possible in Epic. If there's still an opportunity for you to get there, meaning if you don't have a kid getting married, you're not getting married, you're not going to your own funeral, you don't have some like a super legit reason that you can't come, let's get you there. Let's figure it out. I just want to take 2 minutes and talk through kind of a conversation I've been having with some people. We had an amazing close to the month. October was an incredible, just foundational month to create some lift into November, into 2024. And I believe it's pivotal what we do between now and the end of the year, because that's how we start 24. That's the foundation that we're building from which to launch. In this business, the strongest months are always November, and then February, March, April, May. Like that run is really how you go from where you're at to the next level. How do you set that up? By having tons and tons of conversations in the month of November. So as we had an awesome sale to close out October, one thing that I noticed for myself, and I'm assuming you're fairly similar, is I did a lot of follow-up. Meaning I went to everyone that had expressed interest of any sort, and I asked them when the sale started, I asked them when the sale was extended, and I asked them when it was the last day, hey, you don't want to miss out. So I took the lemon and I squeezed every bit of juice I could out of it. in order to help as many people get started as possible. So that's a little bit squeezed, right? And we had a lot of stuff come through the bottom of the funnel, but right now the top of my funnel could use a lot more conversations, could use a lot more people in it. So right now, and we're going to be talking about this again on Wednesday, the goal for the next, really between now and Black Friday, is how do I start as many new conversations as humanly possible? And how do I create as much attraction as possible? And I want to give you two challenges. One is going to be very like outward action, get out of your house oriented. And the other is going to be more social media oriented. So between now and the holiday, Thanksgiving, right? From a social media standpoint, I want you to double down on the amount of value and content that you're creating. And what do I mean by that? I mean, share your life, go live and teach people something, right? This isn't a social media training Zoom today, but who are you? And are you sharing it at the highest level? Are you letting people see, get to know you, get to like you, and get to trust you? Are you expanding that on a daily basis? Like double down, because that will create new conversations when you do post about ketones. So for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'd be 5 great posts that are about life, that are adding value, that are educating, that are inspiring, that are entertaining to every one post that you do about ketones or prove it. 5 to 1 is going to be a great ratio. Okay, that's first thing, first action step leading here. Second thing is in the chat, if you can find 20 packs of ketones in your house that you have not yet drank, type I have them or I have some. If you can find 20 packs. I know y'all have like closets full, cabinets full. I've seen your keto stashes. I just want you to find 20. They don't even have to be they could be the flavors that you just, they're over there. I carry ketones to events in gallon Ziploc bags, and then they end up in those bags for a long time. And then I end up with multiple of those bags because I lose them and then I find them. And next thing you know, I've got like 80 servings that have just been traveling with me. I just want you to find 20, and I want you to put them somewhere in front of you, somewhere like on your counter. And over the course of the next 2 weeks, honestly, you could do this in the next week, the next 7 days. I want you to invest those 20 servings one at a time into people who have never tried ketones. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you message a friend and you say, hey, John, it's been a long time. Can you remind me, did I ever let you try ketones? Can you remind me, did I ever let you try the ketones that I've been drinking? Or you can message somebody that has never bought, or a family member that's never tried these. Hey, I know you. I've been drinking these for the last 2 years, and I've never actually let you have one. Can I drop one at your house so you can experience it? Right. And the other way to do it is keep 3 or 4 or 5 of them in your purse. And these are, you can call them, I don't call them, the name lost leader comes to mind, but it's not a lost leader. It's an investment. It's a giver. Like, think of these as, I am going to give the gift of ketones to 20 individuals. Normally on these Zooms, we teach you how to sell trial packs, 5 or 10. And that's the next step, right? If they get one, hey, if you like it, what I'd love to do is get you 5 or get you 10, or at least get you on my website so you can get a variety box and try it, but you've got to learn about this. Okay. And there's lots of ways to go about doing this. You can have fun with it. You can say, hey, I was just on a Zoom with my business and I was challenged to give 20 of these packs away. Would you be one of my 20 and at least try it and give me your feedback? That's an easy way to help them experience it. And then you get to put it on me. Blame me. The other thing that you can do is, if you're dropping it off in person, is take a picture. Right? Hey, I needed to post a selfie of this, and you could create more buzz. I've also seen people use the post, a picture of you, smile on your face with a pack of ketones, say, oh my gosh, who on my Facebook has not tried this yet? I've got 5 packs I'm giving out this week. I wouldn't say all 20. I would just keep it exclusive. I've got 5 packs I'm delivering. Who's in my area? You might even do 5 packs that you're going to mail out. Right? But let me ask you this. If you, with brand new people, got 20 people to taste ketones, right? To taste ketones for the first time, do you think you might might have some people that are interested in this? And if you continue that energy, that excitement, if you're posting great content, come when we have some amazing Black Friday type sales, do you think you're going to have more people or less people ready than if you didn't do this action, right? There's currently 92 people on this Zoom. Let's do the math here. 92 times 20 is 1,840 people that will get to experience ketones for the first time. Now, you have a lot of people that are not on this Zoom right now that you're working with. I know we all have a handful of promoters at least who are not here, right? Multiply that number. Let's say that we get 500 are on these in our community here to do it times 20. That's 10,000 new conversations. Like, that's massive. That's a movement right there. So I was inspired. I heard, I've been having people do this exercise over the last month and a half, and it's been really, really fun to watch. And then last week we had a Zoom. I don't know if you guys were on it, but Heather's probably on here. Heather Kammerer, she shared her story about how she just hit MVP 1, MVP 2, MVP 3. And I was asking her, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just shaking ketones up everywhere I go and giving them a pack. And I had given her this challenge, and literally she's in the post office, brings a bottle, brings some cups, and is letting people taste it on the spot. So instead of waiting for people to come to you for the next 3 weeks, we're going to create that attraction. We're going to let people come to us, and we're going to bring ketones to the people, I like that, Lynn. Give the campfire video before you show up. Tell your story. That's it. So you got to apply all the other things that you guys have learned and utilized in this. But I tell you, if you take this challenge seriously, if you're committed to hit it, it will create a tsunami in your business. So that's my 2 cents, Lori. I'll turn it back over to you to close this out.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so thank you, Nick. And I love that challenge. I mean, leaving the hotel yesterday, I gave 2 packs away. Super simple, right? And I said, hey, let me get your phone number so I can message you on how to drink these. So I have 2 contacts just yesterday morning leaving the hotel. So I'm going to do one thing. I didn't even ask Nick about this, but I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to lean in. I want you to all close your eyes for a minute. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about a place that you felt your absolute best. I want you to think of a time that you walked in the room and people's heads turned. I want you to think of a time where you felt so confident, so certain, whether it was your wedding, whether it was your son's baseball game, you just felt this overwhelming joy in your body from your head to your toes. You all think of a time? Keep your eyes closed and just remember, get into that space and remember that feeling. I know mine. I was in Cabo, Mexico. I had lost a whole bunch of fat. I felt amazing. I can remember the smell of the air. I can remember holding Craig's hand. I can remember the sounds that were around me. I know what I was wearing. I have the photo. It's etched in my head. I want you to stay there for a minute, and I want you to think, you are enough. You have everything you need to build this business. And when you start to doubt yourself, I want you to go back to this power place in your mind, and I want you to think about this. You are confident, you are strong, and you are certain, and you have a gift that needs to be heard. You have something to say. People need to hear what you have and what you're sitting on. You are brave, you are strong, and you are enough. And now I want you to say your name out loud because your brain recognizes that. And I want you to take that with your big smile. And I want you to take Nick's challenge. I want you to give out those ketones. I want you to message whoever you're working with that. Do you feel that smile? Do you feel your energy change right now? Do you feel when you start to second guess what you're doing, go back to that place and remember, we're all here with you. People need your story. They need to hear what you have, right? And you can do this. And I will see you all at Epic, and I cannot wait. Thank you for everybody sharing today, being vulnerable, coming off mute. I know it was a lot of people's first time, as was mine. And I love you all very much. I love our community. We have what it takes. Take those distractions, cut them out, go back to that power place, and remember, you have what you need. You can do this. All right, guys. Have a great day, everybody.